It's time to wake up to reality. Whether you want to believe it or not, your environment has an impact on you. Stop hanging out with sheep. A lot of you guys are in a place of stagnant motion. A lot of you guys hate your life and you've been stagnant for years because you're hanging out with individuals that will not check your made mentality. You're hanging out with individuals that will not tell you what you need to hear. Only through struggle will our goals be achieved. Through suffering, through pain, you become the person you were meant to be. Strive to be the hardest worker, the hardest person who puts on their shoes and starts walking forward. The hardest worker in the room is a badge for a special breed. It's not for everybody, and it's never going to be. The world is yours to conquer, so take control. Nothing can stand in your way when you commit to greatness, when you commit to your dreams, when you commit to being the best you can be. Do it alone, like the lone wolf. You don't need a pack. You can stand by yourself. The lone wolf knows that its power lies in independence, in its strength, in its solitude. This is where true leaders are born. This is where you find out what you're actually made of, where you find out what you truly want in life. Most never achieve anything great because they are clouded from others' opinions. Most never become who they were meant to be because they are afraid of others. Most need cheerleaders. Most need external validation, motivation, inspiration, just to keep pushing forward. They see the lone wolf as weak. They think you need the pack to keep going. They see the lone wolf as afraid and lost. But we know that's not the case. And you aren't most people. When the world turns its back on you, when the noise fades, and all you have is yourself, that's when you discover who you truly are. The path to greatness isn't walked in the light of day, surrounded by applause. It's forged in the shadows, in the silence, where only the strong survive. You see, to be extraordinary, you must embrace solitude. The lone wolf doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't seek validation. It prowls the night, unafraid, undeterred, and unstoppable. While others huddle together, you must break away. Because the journey to the top is not crowded. It's desolate, brutal, and demanding. In this darkness, you'll face fear, doubt, pain. But these aren't your enemies. They are your crucible. They will test you, mold you, and strengthen you. In these moments of solitude, you'll find clarity. It's where your vision sharpens and your purpose ignites. Don't fear being alone. Fear being just another face in the crowd, another voice lost in the noise, another clog in the machine. You don't need what others need. You don't need that push. You don't need those voices. You don't need that external validation, motivation, or inspiration. You need isolation, distance, loneliness, silence, and solitude. Those things are what will turn you into the beast you need to become. Those things are what is going to help you transform your future. It's what will help you have the strength to do whatever you want to do in this life. Because you're not here to blend in. You're here to stand out. to rise above, to conquer. The journey of the lone wolf is the path of relentless pursuit, an unyielding determination, and an unbreakable spirit. So embrace the darkness, embrace the struggle, and let it fuel you. Use the pain as motivation. Use the sadness as inspiration. Use your experiences, those things that you went through, to drive you towards more success. Remember, the lone wolf isn't just surviving, it's thriving. It's not just existing, it's dominating. And it's not just leading, it's reigning supreme. Rise as an Amarok, the ultimate lone wolf. The wolf that strikes fear in others. The wolf that makes others think twice about crossing its path. The wolf that intimidates the weak because they know they could never stand alone like it. The world is yours to conquer, so take control. Nothing can stand in your way when you commit to greatness, when you commit to your dreams, when you commit to being the best you can be. The lone wolf is on a different journey. Embrace it.
Only through struggle will our goals be achieved. Through suffering, through pain, you become the person you were meant to be. You cannot grow mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially in your comfort zone and when avoiding pain. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna have to flip the switch and embrace suffering, pain, because that's the path to success. You know what you need to do, but you choose the comfort zone. Because the discomfort, the pain, the suffering is terrifying. I know. I was doing just enough to get by because I used to be just like you. The switch had to be flipped. I took that old version of me, that drug addict, that alcoholic, that fucking loser out back and put him out of his misery. And then I focused all my attention on bettering myself. No one else around, alone, in the gym, every day, beating myself down and building myself back up. I couldn't play this game anymore. I didn't want to be that person anymore. And I didn't want to leave that legacy behind. I went from a loser, going nowhere in life, who was afraid of the silence because of the suffering, to a person who embraced the silence and made it his home. I learned what it was like to be by myself, be in the dark, and embrace it. When you go through the discomfort, you got to go through the pain and suffering, but your life becomes great. If you choose comfort, you go through pain and suffering, and you end up hating your life. Both are uncomfortable in their own right. You just got to know when to make the choice. But I was terrified at what I needed to do. So for years, I just suffered in silence because both paths have to deal with suffering. There's a classic quote that I need you to understand. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. And weak men create difficult times. And then the cycle continues. In order to make all of your dreams a reality, you need to evolve. You will never become a specimen sitting on your ass, binge watching TV, eating junk food, and drinking every weekend. You see, your comfort zone are where dreams go to fucking die. You will never, and I repeat, never get that dream house with the staircase and the pool and the paint and the windows while you're working that 9-to-5 job that is allowing you to just skate by. And you will never get that dream partner when you are acting like the person you used to be. For years, I avoided the pain. For years, I chose my comfort zone. For years, I didn't want to suffer. I didn't want to go through it. I chose the easy path. I chose what was normal in today's society. And I ended up working a job I hated, grinding my hands into the ground as an iron worker in plus 30 or negative 30 degrees Celsius. And down that easy path, I then developed a Percocet addiction to deal with the pain that I was putting my hands through, which eventually led to me spending every single night at the bar, every single weekend at the bar, going through a different type of suffering that wasn't leading to anything good. I had no friends, I had no house, I had no car, I had no success, I had no future, but I was comfortable. And you see, that's where you guys are dropping the ball. That's where you guys are messing up. Now, 9 years later, all of my dreams have become reality. Because of that suffering, because of that pain, because of those experiences, all of my goals and aspirations up to this point have been achieved. I did the same exercise. I killed the old version of myself. I embraced suffering. And now I drive a 2021 Audi R8 with a naturally aspirated V10. I also drive a 2020 Mercedes AMG G63. I own a 5,000 square foot home with a beautiful pool and massive backyard, which also has a movie theater for my family to watch movies every night. I'm married to the most amazing woman I could ask for. She's tall, foreign, blonde hair, blue eyes, and the most supportive person I've ever met in my life. She also blessed me with the most beautiful baby boy I could ever ask for. Baby blue eyes, blonde hair, and a beautiful smile. I chose to evolve. I chose to transform, and I chose to let the old me die so the me of today could flourish. I took that soft version of myself, that loser version of myself, that addict, that alcoholic, out back, and I put him down. I looked myself in the eyes and I decided enough was enough. I have the best circle I could ask for. My support system would take a bullet for me on a whim. And I'm the first person in my lineage as a DaSilva to become a millionaire, let alone before the age of 30. I became this person because I suffered when no one was watching. Eating out of Tupperware containers with plain rice and plain chicken while everyone else ate delicious foods, their pizzas and more. No parties, no nights out, no girls, no drinking, no drugs, no nothing. My life was simple. Work, gym, sleep, repeat. Work, gym, sleep, repeat. I was on autopilot with one mission: transform me. In that suffering, in that silence, in that darkness, I found who I was and who I was meant to be. If you want to build an ultra successful business, you're going to take 2x4 after 2x4 after 2x4 to the face before anything becomes reality. If you want to build an amazing body, you have to break down the muscle fibers in order to rebuild them back up. Through suffering, you become who you want to be. And that's why you got to choose the difficult shit. Because again, it doesn't matter if you go the hard path or the easy path, both paths will make you suffer. But at least the hard path leads to your ultimate goal. The easy path leads to you suffering in silence and then dying with no regrets. And I promise you, you don't want to be that old person sitting on your deathbed looking back at your life filled with regret because you always made the easy choice. Because you chose the happy-go-lucky easy life. Because you wanted to avoid the bullshit and the pain. Fuck that shit. Go all in. Embrace it. Let it mold you, shape you into what you've always wanted to become. Being the hardest worker isn't about working the longest hours or lifting the heaviest weights. It's about passion, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. It's about pushing past the boundaries of what is comfortable, embracing discomfort, and looking for pain so you can grow and expand. Strive to be the hardest worker, the hardest person who puts on their shoes and starts walking forward. The hardest worker in the room is a badge for a special breed. It's not for everybody, and it's never going to be. Strive to be the person that goes the extra mile, who wants to push harder, who wants to push longer when everybody else is just trying to get by. Because when you become the hardest worker in the room, not only do you improve, but you lift up people around you. You inspire them, push them, and motivate them to do better. In life, we are often faced with challenges that question our abilities, test our limits, and push us to the edge. But in the face of that adversity, there lies opportunity. An opportunity to rise above, to set ourselves apart, and to be the hardest worker in the fucking room. It's about doing what others won't. People are scouring the internet day after day looking for motivational videos just like this one, but they hate doing the work. So you need to learn to love it. When you wake up earlier than other people, they're gonna talk. When you work later than other people, they're gonna talk. When you eat at Tupperware containers while they're going out to restaurants, they're gonna talk. When you choose to stay inside and go to bed so you can grow and they want to go to the movies, they're gonna talk. They're gonna judge you. It's for the people that are willing to be judged. Because you're going to be. They're gonna ridicule you. They're gonna try to drag you down. You gotta be willing to take it. For people who are willing to work through weekends, who are willing to work through holidays, there are gonna be people that look at you and scold when you don't wanna go and celebrate Christmas and New Year's and your birthday and everything else, and you gotta stay focused. It's for people who are willing to fall on their fucking face day after day, week after week, month after month with a smile on their face, because you're gonna fail. It's gonna feel like you've been trying forever and you're not gonna get anywhere. It's gonna feel like this life wasn't for you. It's gonna feel like you shouldn't be pursuing it. But I promise you, you just gotta keep pushing. If you wanna wear that badge, you gotta keep moving forward. Being the hardest worker in the room is about actually learning how to walk the walk when everyone else just wants to talk the talk. It's understanding that you are going to be exhausted and alone and in pain and struggling for years with no support, with no cheerleading squad, and nobody patting you on the back. This game isn't for everybody. But if you're willing to go through that pain and if you're willing to do the goddamn work, then you can put that badge on and call yourself the hardest worker in the room. So I got a simple question. Can you define yourself as the hardest worker in the room? Listen, not everybody can. Are you the hardest worker in the room, or are you just a regular human being? There's nothing wrong with being normal. There's nothing wrong with being regular. That's just not for me. Is it for you?
It's time to wake up to reality. Whether you want to believe it or not, your environment has an impact on you. Stop hanging out with sheep. You guys keep hanging out with these softies that do not want to hurt your feelings, and this is why you've been struggling for years. A lot of you guys are in a place of stagnant motion. A lot of you guys hate your life and you've been stagnant for years because you're hanging out with individuals that will not check your bitch-made mentality. You're hanging out with individuals that will not tell you what you need to hear. They're not gonna tell you the truth. Sorry. Truth hurts. But the truth is also a liberator. It helps you grow into the individual you want to become. It helps you become a leader worth following. It's time to hear the truth. But a lot of you guys are hanging out with fucking sheep. So you get away with saying dumbass shit.
Sheep are weak-minded, pussy-footed individuals. People who do not want to check you when you say something stupid. People that just want to float around you. People that have no balls to say what is on their mind. It's time to change the fucking narrative. And it starts with your surroundings. You guys need to stop hanging out with fucking sheep. People that allow you to say dumb things. People that allow you to operate at a low fucking level. If you don't have any fucking friends, cool. Check yourself and hold yourself accountable, all right? Because if you are surrounding yourself with a group of individuals, you all should understand this mentality. Sheep are yes men. So when you put on a certain outfit and you ask them, do I look fat? They say, no, homie, you probably fucking do. If you need to ask the question, let's also flip it. When somebody tells you the truth, don't get angry. Go look in the fucking mirror and ask yourself, are they actually being real? A lot of you guys will get told you're fucking fat and then you get triggered, lose your mind, make a video, I'm offended. When instead you should just go look in the mirror. Am I fat? Like, have I put on some fucking weight? You know what? Fuck, homie's actually telling the truth. I didn't realize I put on a little bit of weight. Maybe I should go work on myself. Maybe I should go work on myself so I can become a better individual, an inspiration for my children, all right? A better husband for my wife, a better wife for my husband, and more. Stop hanging out with fucking sheep. You guys need to understand, whether you believe it or not, that your environment impacts you on a daily fucking basis. You need to hear this shit, all right? I don't surround myself with yes people. You see, a lot of you guys neglect to work on your own goals. And you lean into vices. You lean into vices on a daily basis. I need this weed to do this. I need this food to feel like this. I need this alcohol to feel like this. I need this pill to feel like this. You lean into vices so you can somehow alter your state, and then you allow your children to follow in your fucking footsteps. And it makes me extremely angry. Extremely angry. I was addicted to Percocets and struggling as an iron worker, broke as fuck, in debt as hell. Fitness saved my life. Now, I didn't get into fitness because I thought it was going to make me millions of dollars. I got into fitness because it was the outlet I needed to transform my situation, to take control of my fucking life. So I gave up my addiction to Percocets, my addiction to partying, and I made a new addiction, which was fucking fitness. Because as an individual that used to be an addict, you guys will never not find a way to feed your addiction. If you're addicted to food, you will find a way to buy the fucking food that you love. If you're addicted to pills, you will find a way to buy the pills you need. If you're addicted to alcohol, you will find a way to get another motherfucking bottle. If you're struggling with addiction, you will find a way to feed that fucking addiction. But when it comes down to making sure that you are working on yourself, when you start to flip your priorities, a lot of individuals say, I can't find the money, or I can't figure it out. Guys, I was $20,000 in debt, struggling as an iron worker and feeding my addiction. I have zero tolerance for stupidity. I have zero tolerance for excuses and zero tolerance for justifications. I just fucking don't. I'm not the person to bitch and complain to. Don't play victim to me, homie. You're not gonna get the fucking response that you want. You've never found a problem that a donut can't fix? Guess what, homie? A donut can't fix diabetes. A donut can't fix the health problems you're gonna deal with later on in life. A donut can't fix the problems that your children are gonna deal with when it comes down to gaining weight because they are following in your fucking footsteps. A donut isn't gonna fix the fucking depression, anxiety, overwhelm, stress, and fucking more that you're dealing with on a daily basis. Wake the fuck up. Stop hanging out with sheep, because no one in my circle would say that shit. No one. Because I would wolf their fucking ass. I would literally jump down their fucking throat so goddamn quick it would make their head spin. But they are choosing to surround themselves with individuals that are going to level them the fuck up and push them to become their greatest. I want you to go outside and listen to your surroundings. If they are calm, peaceful, soothing, you are probably going to feel calm, at peace, happy, grateful, and more. If they're loud, aggressive, overwhelming, you are going to feel overwhelmed. This is life.
Your environment has an impact on how you operate on a daily basis. Now I get it. A lot of your guys' jobs are that environment. They are overwhelming. They are stressful. They are loud. They are intense. They are quick and more. But why are you taking that into your personal life? Why are you guys choosing to surround yourself with individuals that are making you feel overwhelmed on a continual basis, stressed out on a continual basis? You guys are just hanging out with individuals that allow you to say dumbass shit like it's hard to lose weight. No, it's fucking not. Eat a fucking diet that's based on a caloric deficit, work out. That's it. It's been literally spoken 1 billion times on social media. You want to lose weight so you can build the dream body you want? Make sure you're in a caloric deficit and train every day. Then you're gonna lose fucking weight. Stop hanging out with fucking sheep that are afraid to check you. Stop hanging out with individuals that are too afraid to tell you exactly what the fuck you need to hear. I ain't gonna fucking check in with you every day. I ain't gonna hold your hand through this fucking process. I ain't your fucking mom. I ain't your dad. It's your fucking job. I've also seen and experienced what happens when you have those negative, toxic, weak individuals in your life on a daily basis. You want to level the fuck up? Look at your surroundings right now and ask yourself, would these people feel comfortable telling me the truth? Would these people hold me accountable if I said some dumb shit? Because I will. Stop hanging out with fucking sheep and individuals that allow you to say dumbass shit on a daily basis. Step into your power.